What's up, Wargamers? Welcome back to World of Wargaming. I'm Isaiah, and today we're going to continue our adventures in the land of death. But before we do that, if you haven't considered smashing all the buttons, checking out the links in the description, please consider it, as it really does help me push content out to more people. That being said, let's go take a look at the board and talk about the scenario for today's game of Death Wizards. What's up again, friends? Welcome back to the land of death, where our forces today are going to be trying to conduct a ritual. So we've got a shrine and a village house mandated by the scenario, as well as two forests also mandated by the scenario. For the other quarters, we rolled some forest and some crags. Our forces are aligned here. We have our necromancer, a skeletal archer, two vampire spawn, a zombie, and a skeleton. We got 5 turns to wipe these guys out. I got a little bit lucky here on this roll because I only rolled up 1 warrior, so pretty decent chance here. So let's get our guys on the board. There was also a white in the mix that I forgot to take out of the case. At that point in a story game, player always goes first, so let's get to it. When I activate, I get to activate 4 rating worth of minions and my necromancer. So I'm going to go ahead and get the vampire spawn moving, ending here. Next will be 2 of our heroes, and they go in this order: priest, wizard, warrior. So we'll start with the priest, roll a d10. Compare that d10 to the mob's chart. 7 is a healing pulse. All heroes within 12 heal 1d6 durability. Nobody has taken any damage, so that just sits, I guess. Force globe, if there were an enemy within an inch, it would move away. Since there's not, it will sit still and increase its defense by 1 for the remainder of the turn. Play will then return to me, where it's going to be the white, who is a 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the white is a 2, so he and then the regular skeleton and zombie will move. Moving through the forest with the necromancer in tow. Brings us to our warrior. He will double move towards the closest enemies, which are the vampire spawn. So play starts with me. I'm going to open up with my archer, who's going to shoot at the offense. So we roll 3 d10s, and we're looking to beat their defense, which is 5. So that's an extra damage there. So that's 1, 2, 3 damage on that warrior. Necromancer is going to move here. White and skeleton will advance to around the back of the house. This does a 7 is going to heal again. Let me see, that guy might be within 12 range, so he will heal him for 1d6. Back up to full. Wizard rolls fireball but can't see anybody, so he will force globe. Comes back to me and the necro. I'm going to use dark flame weapons. That will give everybody in range +1 offense and +1 damage on their crits. We're then going to start moving in with the vampire spawn. Here now, because there's only got 1 person attacking him, he gets +2 to his defense. So he goes to a defense 7. I think I missed that in the first game. It's okay though. We got some. Would have been a much better roll because there's a lot of 6s in there. A lot of 6s in there. Jeez. But still, gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, because the dark flame gives an extra damage on the crit. So 4 damage. Second spawn moves in. This will take away his defense bonus, and it'll also give him another offense bonus from me being a Dreadhorde. Ideally, we would love to see 2 or 3 crits here. Not only for the damage, but because it gives the spawn a buff. Miss. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. And on the 1, he riposts, and I take a damage. And our warrior gets to go. Warrior will make a strike. Even or odd, he will strike at the one on the left. Offense 6 for the warrior against my defense 4 on the spawn. Ooh, that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. My zombie will move 4, and I will throw a negative bolt at the warrior. 4d10 for the spell against their resist of 5. Yes. 3 successes, it is 1d10 plus 1d6 damage. Not great. 6 damage. On the new turn, turn 3, I gain 3 energy to start the turn, and I get to go first, and I need to deal with this warrior. Necro is just going to move in a little bit because if these spawn can kill it, I want to be close enough to reap the energy from it. Uninjured vampire spawn. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. That is enough to take him out. On the riposte, I will take 1. That's why I wanted to swing with the uninjured one. So he's out. Other spawn will simply move down. Priest will move up and perform a cleansing strike upon that vampire spawn. Defense 5. I am defense 4. Yeah. So that's going to be 4 damage. You can now see the vampire spawn that presented itself to make an attack to the warrior will cast Fireball. And get 3 hits, and it will also hit the wizard. 3 damage to my spawn and my necromancer. When the necromancer takes damage, it's in the form of losing necromantic power. So, okay. Back to me, where my necromancer is going to heal. With that, everybody within 3D or within 6 heals for a d6. Both of my spawn will heal 4. Over here on this flank will continue to move around the house. Necromancer will throw a negative bolt at the priest. Okay, let's see what we can do here. 3 successes. Perfect. Let's see if we can just wallop this dude. Oh, 14 is really good. Unlike the warrior and the wizard, the priest is rating 3. So when you look at their thing down here, you have durability, which is 6 plus 3 per rating. So he's rating 3, so that would be 6 plus 9 for 15. So he's got 1 health left, and that's how you calculate all the stats for the heroes as they for when they scale. And my skeleton archer will move up. 4 begins with me. My archer is going to try to shoot this priest and get him gone. We need to get 1 here. He's defense 6. 1. That's all we needed. Priest is out of commission. White moves up, but can't quite get to base. I'm pretty sure it's base to base in this game, not within an inch, but I can't find it in the book. If you can confirm that for me with a page number, it would be greatly appreciated. Bring our skeleton up. We'll activate getting an 8, which is Fireball, which will be going at the white, of course, as it is the closest. It has a pretty decent resist at 6. 1. Our skeleton is within 3 inches of the white, so it will also take damage, and it will take a lot more. I think it'll take the full 4. It has a resist of 4, so it'll take 2 of that damage. And then I will move my necromancer. Sorry, backing up a second. I forgot to activate my necromancer during my first activation before the wizard, so I'm going to move him now. Right there. It wouldn't have changed anything that the wizard did because he's always going to attack the closest, which was the white. Second activation will move up both of the vampire spawn, and we're going to throw a negative bolt at this wizard. I thought, no, I'm not. The wizard has 8 resist, and I would rather save that energy. So he's going to stay put. Last activation for me, zombie's going to move up, and necromancer's going to adjust just a little, readjust just a little bit. And there, respectively. Turn 5. So, necromancer's going to start off the turn with dark flame blades. White is going to go in first. Gets 5 offense against their defense of 5. Hitting for 3. Our first vampire spawn, currently swinging at 7 offense. For just 3 damage though, but the wizard only has 10 total durability. Let's see what he's gonna do. 1. That's probably the best thing for me. He's gonna try to step away his 6, and then bubble. Retreat doesn't leave me with a whole lot of options here. I really need for this negative bolt that I'm about to cast to go off. Just need 1, really. Okay, we got 2. We got a D10 worth of damage. Yes! I needed at least a 4. That will finish him off. Out of here. And that will end our mission. From the mission, I'm going to get 1 necromantic energy and 1 new power because my ritual was successful. I am going to choose the Rotting Curse. That Scarlet Bloom. It does 1d, it's 4d10 power dice, cost of 2, range of 15. It deals 1d3 damage per success, and any successes will result in the target being cursed. In the post game, none of my guys went down, so I don't have to try to raise anybody or to check for anybody. I don't have to do injury tests for anybody. We're going to try to raise up another white. That's on a d6 roll. I need a 2. We get another white. The mission of the rating was 7, and my rating coming in was 9. So my understanding is that as a Dread Horde, it's almost impossible to get that +1 experience because your rating is pretty much always going to... What you're bringing is going to be higher than the mission usually because you got that additional 4 that you can bring. So I'm going to end up with 1 XP from this game. Wait. No, 2 XP. Nope, just 1, because I didn't kill all the heroes by turn 3. So 1 XP for me for this game. As that is my second completed mission, I get an Impedimentia for my lair. So I'm going to take the Crystal Caverns, which once per game allows me to gain 3 necromantic energy when I activate, but it cannot carry me over my max, which is now 14. Now we have to roll to see if our lair gets assaulted. So we roll a d10 and we add the number of completed missions since our last assault, which currently is 2. That is a 3. It would have to be an 11 or higher in order for an attack to take place. So we're good, and that's going to do it for today's adventures in the Land of Death. Thanks so much for tuning in and hanging out. I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of your day.